This is a WIAT 42 Storm Track Severe Weather Update.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mark Prater. We will return to CBS Network's live news coverage down in Miami in just a couple of moments, but we do want to make sure everybody is up to date on what is happening with the weather across our area. Things were a little dicey earlier. We did have some light freezing rain around Birmingham, and that helped to glaze a few areas, but fortunately that has since wrapped up. All of the counties you see in pink, that is where we have the winter storm warning, and we could see anywhere from 1 to 5 inches of snow anywhere in this corridor. Now, with that being said, we have to look at forecast models to try to get a grasp of what they are seeing, and it looks like this will be the corridor anywhere from Jefferson back into Shelby counties, Bibb, Greene, Hale, stretching up into Talladega, as well as Calhoun counties. And it's possible that some spots, especially higher elevations, around Mount Cheaha and back over towards Blue Mountain, we could be looking at 6 inches on the ground or a bit more. So if all of this does hold true, then certainly we are going to have a lot of snow on the ground, starting in roughly Pelham or I-65 to the north and east. As we've been watching the radar throughout the course of the day, it has been showing a little bit of light snow. Now notice here in Tuscaloosa, this is our live camera looking from DCH. Traffic has slowed and it is very, very quiet. That's good news, because once this snow starts to move in, then it's really going to crank up. But a few flurries from time to time, but that would be about it. It's 33 right now. Winds out of the north-northeast at 9, so we're going to watch that. And as we start to get more snow to begin to fall, we'll have plenty of cameras to show you, especially at WIAT.com. Here's the latest radar image, a light mixture from Anniston back through Talladega, Calera, even into Centerville and Brent. This is light flurries now for northern Jefferson County, but back out to the west, this is where all of the action is going to be and begin to move across the state line. We've had reports now of some light snow around Livingston, but the bulk of it will start to track towards the north and east. And believe it or not, there have been spots that have had a little bit of thunder snow. That's very rare that we have that, but that means it's a very convective atmosphere and certainly worth watching. Now, joining me live, we have my teammates out there on 42 on deck, and that is Nate Harrington as well as Ashley Gann. And guys, it looks like it's starting to rain again.
Yeah, we're getting a few very, very light sprinkles out here, Mark, and it is, if it does fall, most likely going to be somewhere in the, freezing rain or sleet. There's still kind of a mixture in the atmosphere right now, and that's kind of one of the problems that we've got as we look at the forecast models. The atmosphere changing by the second. We know right now that if we look at our handy-dandy infrared thermometer, we've got 26.5, 27 degrees out here on deck. So anything that does fall, we're going to see this freeze pretty quickly. The good news is if we look out over Valley Avenue, it's mainly dry. We haven't had any precipitation here in the last hour or so, and the traffic along Valley Drive has been good, but we have had reports of some icing on some rural bridges in Lamar County and also south and west of here in Sumter County. That's where most of the nastier precipitation has fallen. So road conditions are going to go down quickly as we head throughout the night, as temperatures fall and the atmosphere gets colder and able to support more frozen precipitation. And as it falls, it's unfortunately going to stick, and we might have an ice situation too, Mark, that could be bear watching throughout the night as well. Let's go ahead and send it back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks so much, Nate. And as we're looking at some of the model data coming in, they sent up a balloon earlier to check the atmosphere. We still have a layer of warm air, and that is a problem. That means we're likely going to be dealing with ice at this time, but that will likely change. So the National Weather Service keeping us abreast of what they're getting from their balloon launches down there. Either way, it is going to be treacherous for travel. And we've got the best in the business here in Birmingham. Rachel Lundberg has an update on what's happening right now.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, continuing to monitor all commutes. Like you saw from some of those live shots, really low traffic volume, but I'm monitoring a few accidents that state troopers are working. So that just goes to show you that few people are traveling and we have a few accidents. So definitely dangerous, and I'd like you to not hit the road if at all possible. I know a lot of people are trying to commute to Tampa. We're continuing to monitor all of the commutes. Really, I-20, 59 and anywhere point south is too dangerous. I-65 is going to be extremely slippery. Anywhere with precipitation precipitation, then the low temperatures. We're monitoring chances of some black ice. This is where a couple of the accidents are that we're monitoring this morning. One being in this afternoon. Getting confused here since I'm on the morning show often. Anyway, I-2059 in the Fosters area. This is where one of the accidents is, and state troopers are still on the scene. I just got an update on this. It's near mile marker 62. The other accident between mile marker 16 and 23 still on I-2059. That's in the Sumter community. So we'll continue to monitor this and keep you posted on air and online. Mark.
All right, thanks so much, Rachel. And we are watching the disturbance that is really going to be responsible for this moving out of southern Mississippi, and that is what's going to help to ramp up our precipitation here locally. And it's looking like we will likely have all snow, but we're having to watch for some icing. So there could be spots where we have a decent snow right down the road, not a lot of snow, and then up the road maybe some ice. That's part of the problem with winter weather in Alabama. There's so many different factors and variables we have to go through and certainly keep an eye on. We are keeping up with this very carefully. We're updating on social media as well as our Facebook Live, WIAT 42. We'll be doing live updates as well on there, and you can get much more information as this progresses. It's an hour-by-hour deal. We are going to have to watch this very carefully throughout the afternoon into tonight, and then all of the precipitation, or the snow, sleet, freezing rain, whatever it may be, it is going to be out of the state by about 9 o'clock. Maybe a few lingering showers, but that's about it. So we'll have a much better idea over the next couple of hours where this is really going to start to hammer. But again, if you don't have to travel, please stay at home, and we'll certainly be keeping you up to date. And don't forget, you can get it on, I don't have my phone with me, but you can get our Storm Track weather app. It's absolutely free. You can watch us live whenever we do updates. There's so many different things on there, and it will also update you on severe weather whenever we have it with thunderstorms, and lots to do on there. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for all of us here at CBS 42. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mark Prater. We now rejoin CBS News and their coverage in Miami.